Welcome to the world of Emrys. Here, we breathe life into forgotten folktales, legends, and stories passed down through generations. If you crave mystery, magic, and meaning, you're in the right place. Subscribe, sit back. I still remember the scream that cut through the night. It wasn't just pain, it was the sound of someone losing everything all at once. My name is Ojeki. I'm from a small town called Omaik, where everyone knows everyone. Life here is quiet. It used to be peaceful, until the fire. That night, I was helping my mother cook when I saw the glow. At first, I thought it was the moon. But then I heard the shouting. When I ran out, I saw smoke rising from the direction of Ifunanya's house. People were already gathering, some with buckets, some just screaming. Her mother's hut was on fire. The flames were high, too strong for anyone to get close. Her little brother was crying, but there was nothing we could do. The fire was faster than us. Ifunanya had just turned 18. She was kind, strong, and full of life. But after that night, she changed. Her mother died in the fire. Everything they owned was gone. They said it started from the kitchen fire, but some people whispered it was a curse. She moved into her uncle's house. He wasn't a kind man. His wife treated her like dirt, made her work like a servant. Every time I saw her, she looked thinner, quieter, like she was slowly disappearing. One day, I found her sitting under the big mango tree near the road. She didn't say a word. She just stared into space, her hands covered in ash from the burnt remains she visited every day. I sat beside her and didn't speak either. A few days later, something strange happened. A stranger came to the village. His name was Tunde. He said he was looking for land to buy for farming. He didn't talk much, but he always watched people like he was studying them. He started buying yams and palm oil from the market. He fixed the broken borehole. He gave food to some poor families. But no one knew where he came from. And somehow, he noticed her. That's when things began to change, but we didn't know it yet. After the fire, everyone thought Ifunanya would vanish into sadness. Even I did. She hardly spoke. She walked like she was just trying to survive each day. Her uncle's wife made her hot pepper and charcoal under the hot sun. Still, she never begged anyone for help. That's when Tunde started showing up in strange places. He would stop by the market when she was selling. Sometimes he bought things he didn't even need, just one spoon of pepper or a single sachet of salt. He always smiled politely, never fluttered or acted proud. Just watched her with soft eyes. I remember one day clearly. It was market day. I saw him hand her a bottle of water and say, "You remind me of someone who used to sing to the trees." Ifunanya didn't answer, but I saw the way her fingers stopped shaking. That was the first time I noticed something. When he was around, she stood straighter. She didn't look so small. But not everyone was happy. Her uncle's wife started talking. Saying things like, "Don't think just because you're pretty, a man will save you." She even slapped Ifunanya one night because she came home late from the market. I heard the slap from my own compound. Tunde kept coming, though. He gave her small gifts, nothing big. A cloth for shade. New sandals when he saw hers had holes. He asked nothing in return. One day, she finally spoke back. "Why are you being nice to me?" she asked. He said, "Because you look like someone who forgot she deserves kindness." From that day, everything started shifting. She smiled. Not a full smile, just a small one. But it was more than we had seen in months. She even started coming to evening dances again. She still wore old clothes, still looked tired, but she was changing. And then, one Sunday, it happened. Ton stood before the elders and asked if he could marry Ifunanya. Everyone was shocked. Her uncle's wife almost dropped her wrapper. People whispered, "Why her? She's cursed. She has nothing." But Ton just smiled and said, "Ashes are not the end of the story. Sometimes, that's where things begin." The elders gave their blessing. The wedding was quiet. Simple. Just a few people, under the mango tree. But I saw something that day I'll never forget. Ifunanya looked free. Like someone who had finally stepped out of smoke and found clean air. I thought that was the end of the story. Ifunanya married Tunde, and for a while, everything seemed simple. She moved out of her uncle's house. They stayed in a small house at the edge of the village. She sold vegetables at the market. He worked on a small farm and helped anyone who needed help. It was peaceful. But one morning, something strange happened. Big cars rode into our village, black jeeps, shiny and loud. Men in clean suits stepped out. We thought maybe the government had come. Everyone ran out to watch. Then they stopped in front of Ton's house. At first, we were confused. Then one man came out, bowed slightly, and said, "We've been waiting, sir. Everything is ready." We all looked at each other. Who was he talking to? That's when Ton came out. But he didn't look like himself. He was wearing a suit. He looked taller. Stronger. Serious. Like someone who had been hiding. He turned to Ifunanya, held her hand, and said, "I didn't lie to you. I just needed someone who would love me without knowing what I had." That was the day we learned the truth. Ton wasn't just a farmer. He was the son of a powerful businessman. He owned lands in 3 states. He had houses. He had money. But he had left it all, wanting something simple. Something real. Ifunanya didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just looked at him and said, "I would have married you even if all you had was that one yam." He laughed, and for the first time, the whole village saw what real joy looked like. They moved to the city after that, but Ifunanya came back once in a while. When she visited, she wore simple wrappers, no makeup, no pride. She donated money to fix our school. She helped rebuild her mother's hut. People still tell her story. They say, the girl who came from ashes found gold. But not in gold itself, in love. I still sit under the mango tree sometimes, thinking about that night the fire took everything. And how somehow, beneath all that ash and loss, love found a way to grow.